Hi everyone, Karen Conrad here, and we are on day 2 of the Promise of Purpose Devotional. Are you ready for the declaration for today? I want to know Christ and the power that raised him from the dead. I will make my personal time with the Lord a priority, and I will purposefully develop a heart-to-heart connection with the Lord. You know, we all desire to spend time with the Lord, but life just gets in the way sometimes. And with our schedule, if we don't make it a priority, sometimes we can go all day and realize like, oh my goodness, I didn't take that time with the Lord. So this devotional, I believe, is going to be something that you can watch each day for 21 days. It's very short, and it will help you to spend time with the Lord. So are you ready for our scripture? Here it is. This is Philippians 3:10 and 11, and this is in the NLT version. I want to know Christ and experience the mighty power that raised him from the dead. I want to suffer with him, sharing in his death, so that one way or another I will experience the resurrection from the dead. Okay, so we don't need to go to the cross again. Let's just make that clear. Jesus did that for us. But this is a realization that when Jesus went through that suffering, we were actually in him and with him, and we were in that resurrection with him. So we are receiving all the benefits of what Jesus went through. And you know what? It's a free gift. Isn't that beautiful? Paul said in this verse that his determined purpose was to know God. That rocked my world because Paul was a superstar, right? And he knew to put the first thing first, which is for us to know God and to have that heart-to-heart connection. Because in that, out of that relationship, springboards everything that God has for our life. He was determined to know him personally and intimately, which, as I said, was a foundational purpose in all of our lives, not just Paul's. With that as a foundation, Paul went on to accomplish amazing things through his unique purpose, but he knew how to keep that relationship a priority. So how do we develop this kind of relationship? I've been taught to spend time in my prayer closet. Have you been taught that too? Now, there's nothing wrong. Some people really do pray in a prayer closet, but for me, that just sounds kind of miserable, to be honest, that I would have to go in a closet to pray. But as I began spending my time with the Lord, I realized that he's just with me all the time. It's just a natural relationship. And you know what? I also learned that he's a lot of fun and he's with me everywhere I go. I didn't have to go in a closet. Matter of fact, a lot of the time that I spend with the Lord is really sitting on a couch or a chair. I remember when I was in Minnetonka, Minnesota, and my journey began, and I had really designated that summer to just, I knew something had to change, something had to move, and I had to get through that very difficult time in my life. And so where do we go but to the Lord, right? Which is a pattern for us on a day-to-day basis. But that time in particular really helped me understand that he was a whole lot of fun. And when I got out of that religious mindset, I found out I had a new best friend. All right, here's our activation for today. This is what I want you to write down and bring to the Lord. What does your time with the Lord look and feel like? Do you dread it or do you look forward to it? Do you need a change of perspective? I know I did, because I would kind of dread it, like it was one thing on my list that I had to make sure that I did sometime during the day. And then I found out it's actually so fun and enjoyable when we are approaching it with that heart-to-heart connection. Journal some thoughts on how to change your perspective if you are in a position where maybe you're not quite as excited about that time with the Lord as you want to be. Ask the Lord what he would like to do during your time together. You might be very surprised at some of the things that come out of that conversation that you have with the Lord. All right, I'm going to repeat that declaration over your life. Are you ready? Here it is. I want to know Christ and the power that raised him from the dead. I will make my personal time with the Lord a priority. I will purposefully develop a heart-to-heart connection with the Lord.